You probably didn't know this, but this year, market value of longevity industry, so technologies that help us delay our death, will be worth $600 billion, and it correlates with the amount that will be invested in cybersecurity and AI in two very lucrative niches in IT industry globally. Everybody in tech is now in longevity, starting from big tech. All tech and consumer electronic giants are developing gadgets for healthier lives, smaller companies as well, and of course startups. The most VC money is invested in good ideas that makes lives longer, especially if someone is using AI for their solution. So which technologies actually extend our lives? First of all, of course, artificial intelligence. Learning from patterns and parameters of millions of people helps us predict what will happen with our body based on some parameters, and how can we prevent some dangerous conditions. IoT, Internet of Things, sensors, scanners, monitors for hundreds of bodily parameters are now very cheap, and we can use them to make those predictions and have some recipes for longer lives. And of course, food tech, digital transformation of food industry. We are now able to eat healthier, to eat nutritionally better food because of development of technology, because we can create healthier food. So how not to die? We can die either quickly or slowly. We should avoid quickly dying. Quickly dying is if, I don't know, car hits you on the street, or maybe piano falls on your head while you are walking down the street. Technology can't help you in this situation very much. Maybe if you are driving a car, one day you will be driving autonomous vehicle, and then technology will help you to avoid some situations that are dangerous, that can lead to death, but this is not longevity. Longevity is actually avoiding slow death. Technology directly helps us extinguishing the most common causes of death. Most of us here will die by slow death, by one of 4 diseases that kills a majority of people on the earth, and this is longevity, how to avoid slow death. Slow death, I told you, 4 diseases, 4 group of diseases. First of them is neurodegenerative diseases. I'm not a doctor, so I have a hard time to express myself in these medical terms. This is like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, dementia. Another group of diseases are coming from diabetes type 2, so insulin resistance, obesity, fatty liver. This is something that many people die of consequentially. Third group of diseases, cardiovascular diseases, so high blood pressure, high cholesterol, angina pectoris, and finally cancers. These are the most usual cases of cancer in our region: lungs, breast, prostate, colon, bones, skin, and brain carcinoma. Why do we die slowly? Because we don't know that we are ill. First, we had medicine 1.0 until, I don't know, let's say 100 or 200 years ago. And this was the time when we didn't know about diseases. We didn't know what causes diseases. And we just used some natural medicines to relieve our symptoms. Prevention was non-existing, and we actually lived ad hoc life. If you look at this graph, the full line, the first one described with medicine 1.0, actually shows how our health spans falls down with the length of our life. It's, let's say, almost linear. Then medicine 2.0 came, and this is what we have at present time. We do have some treatments, we do have some medicine which we apply only when we get sick, only when we get our diagnosis. We are actually buying time with these treatments, with these medicines, and then graph of health span, depending on length of life, looks like the second one marked with medicine 2.0, where we are actually buying some extra time at the end of our lives. but the price is huge agony. We're actually spending this time lying in a bed, in a pain, sometimes mentally probably not aware of what's happening around us, and still we are actually investing minimal in prevention of all those 4 groups of diseases that cause slow death. We are actually waiting for shit to hit the fan to get our diagnosis, and sometimes it's too late when we get our diagnosis from the doctor, because this illness, this disease was developing in our bodies for years, maybe for decades, while we discovered it with some symptoms. Medicine 3.0, alias longevity, is technology, and it's technology that today allows us to cheaply, quickly, and non-invasively first discover this shit that will try to hit the fan, to switch the fan off on time, and to avoid actually shit hitting the fan. We can use technology to make this shit miss the fan. How does longevity work? Actually, fast, cheap, and non-invasive promotion of a healthy lifestyle. It motivates us to a healthier lifestyle, but on an individual level, on 5 streams of working out on us. So first stream would, of course, be physical activity. You're probably aware of that. If we are physically active, we will be healthier. Second stream is diet. If we eat nutritionally healthy food, we will, of course, be healthier and probably live longer. Do you know what might be one of those that I haven't discovered yet? Anybody? Sorry? Purpose? Yes. The meaning, you mean? Yes. One of those would be sleep. We have to sleep well. We have to avoid negative stress and have as much as possible positive stress. And actually, emotions are something that purpose might be included at. We have to have healthy emotions, to have a purpose in life that motivate us to live, to hope for something nice, something happy to happen in near future in our lives, to be healthy. So this is, I would say, a quick recipe for a long life that most of us are aware of. Regarding activity, we should be practicing for 3 hours of aerobic or cardio training per week in zone 2. Zone 2 is when you are breathing heavily and you are not actually willing to talk to someone. You can talk to someone, but you are not willing to talk to someone because you are breathing heavily and you are still in your cardio journey. Of course, we should also have a daily strength training and stability training for at least 15 minutes. Regarding diet, we should minimize the triggers of insulin resistance, so eating sweets, and we should focus on proteins which build our muscles during weight loss. Sleep, everybody should sleep at least 6 to 8 hours daily, but at a consistent rhythm. We should go to sleep at the same time, we should wake up at the same time, and this is something that keeps our immune system up and keeps our health. Stress, it should be get done in the morning. So if you have to worry about something, you should worry about it in the morning, and you should learn to have I don't give a shit attitude when something bad happens. And regarding emotions, rich social life and purpose in life. You mentioned purpose. This is something that we should have to have positive emotions. But it's not easy to follow this recipe. I know what you are asking yourselves now. What? I don't have time to run 3 hours weekly. I don't have time to lift weights and bars and kettlebells and benches. What do you mean I should eat fish 5 times every week and I shouldn't eat pizza and burgers more than twice per year? How can I sleep for 8 hours when I have to taxi my kids? I have to drive them to school in the morning. I have to drive them to activities in the evening. How can I have social life when I don't have time even for myself? I don't watch Netflix ever because I don't have time for myself. How could I find time for my friends? When am I supposed to fucking cook every day? It's impossible. Good news, you don't have to do it all. Because we are all different. For me, Maybe I'm allowed to eat 3 cakes per day. You're maybe not allowed to eat sugar ever, not to cause insulin resistance in your body. Perhaps I can drink a bottle of wine without getting drunk. Yesterday, I had 2 bottles of wine with my friends at the party, and still I'm able to speak now. But you are probably that drunk after 1 non-alcoholic beer. It might also happen to someone. I might work out by doing my job if I'm, I don't know, professional athlete. Somebody else, without visiting gym, might never move at all, especially if he's working from home office. I get pissed off at traffic jams and trolls on Facebook and Reddit. Somebody else don't care if there's a 7-point earthquake or if kid gets expelled from school. My point is, the individual recipe is different for everyone, and longevity products, so tech products that extend our lives, make it easier to find this recipe, not only to find it, but also to apply this recipe. I will now show you a couple of devices coming from tech industry that are not actually that expensive and that can be used to extend our lives. And this is the point of my presentation, to show you how you can actually afford longevity, how you can afford technology that will motivate you to have a healthy lifestyle, and healthy lifestyle on your individual level.